Hi, everyone. I'm here to share a story about yesterday's hero, Buddy, and his adventure with Henry. If you missed their story, you can watch it here. And if you'd like to see more heartwarming stories like these two will have, be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any of our new stories. Now let's get to it. Yesterday, Henry met Buddy, a lost dog with a heart full of loyalty. Today, a new chapter unfolds, one that begins with a simple morning walk. As footsteps fade in, so does the sound of soft dog barks. The sun rises over the quiet countryside. Birds chirp merrily in the trees. Leaning heavily on his cane, he greets the day with a mixture of hope and nostalgia. Waiting by the door is Buddy, his newly adopted dog, tail wagging furiously, eyes bright with devotion. "Morning, pal," Henry says with a gentle smile, his gaze meeting Buddy's. "Let's stretch these old bones," he adds, chuckling softly. Sounding the suggestion, Henry begins to walk, slowly making his way down the lane. Buddy trots happily by his side, occasionally glancing up at Henry to make sure he's keeping up. The path they take is one that winds along the river, a place Henry hasn't visited in years. Not since he lost the love of his life, Martha. Memories of her, like fallen leaves, float through his mind, both beautiful and painful. As they approach the riverbank, the sounds of the flowing water fill the air. Henry stops, his gaze drawn to the glistening expanse before him. The water mirrors the clear blue sky, undisturbed except for the ripples caused by the gentle breeze. Kneeling down, he lets his trembling hand brush through Buddy's soft fur. A small, sad smile touches his lips. "She used to love this view," Henry whispers, his voice thick with emotion. Buddy, sensing his companion's sadness, nudges Henry's hand with his wet nose, letting out a soft whine. "I know, boy," Henry murmurs, stroking Buddy's ears. "I know." Turning his face towards the rising sun, Henry continues. "You're helping an old man remember the good days, huh, boy?" A single tear rolls down Henry's wrinkled cheek as he watches Buddy chase a butterfly that flutters playfully around them. The dog's joyous bark echoes across the water, momentarily chasing away the shadows in Henry's heart. Life had taken so much from Henry, but with Buddy by his side, something inside him began to heal. Days turned into weeks, and Buddy never left Henry's side. He went with him everywhere, lending his furry companionship during long walks, sharing his food, and, most importantly, listening patiently while Henry talked about his late wife. Buddy became Henry's shadow, his constant reminder that love and loyalty knew no bounds. One sunny afternoon, as they were playing fetch in a quiet meadow, Henry threw the stick. Buddy raced after it, tail wagging wildly. When the dog returned, stick firmly in his mouth, Henry couldn't help but laugh. It was an honest, joyful laugh that he hadn't felt in years. "Well, look at you," Henry chuckled, scratching Buddy behind the ears. "Haven't laughed like this in a long while." Buddy barked happily, dropping the stick at Henry's feet. He nudged the man's hand with his nose, urging him to throw it again. As Henry played with Buddy, he felt a surge of gratitude for the dog who had unknowingly saved him. When the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows across the meadow, it was time to go home. Henry and Buddy started their journey back, their steps lighter, their hearts fuller. Walking side by side, they knew that they weren't just a man and his dog. They were friends, companions, and perhaps, just perhaps, a little bit more. Reaching his cottage, Henry sat down on the porch steps, his gaze fixed on the fading light. Buddy settled his head on Henry's lap, letting out a soft sigh. As the sky blazed with hues of orange and purple, Henry knew that his life had changed for the better. What began as a rescue had become something much greater. He thought he was giving Buddy a home, but maybe, just maybe, Buddy was giving Henry a reason to live again. "Thank you, Buddy, for walking me back to life." As darkness fell and the stars twinkled above, Henry stroked Buddy's fur, feeling the dog's warmth and loyalty radiating against his leg. With Buddy by his side, Henry's heart, once heavy with sorrow, now brimmed with love and gratitude. In the peaceful quiet of the night, the sound of a dog's gentle breathing was the sweetest music to Henry's ears. He closed his eyes, a content smile gracing his lips. In Buddy, he had found more than a pet. He had found a friend, a confidant, and a furry little hero who had walked him back to life.